Welcome to our GP versus BC video series where we bring clarity to all of the change. We're glad you're here. This is video 2.0, the user's experience, where we're going to cover 10 key areas that are different from GP versus BC in the look and feel of the system. Don't worry, there's going to be more videos in the user experience category. There is just too much to cover in one video. So let's get into it. First up is the homepage. When you log into GP, the first thing you see is this homepage. It's a simple, central place where you might have things like your to-do list, reminders, quick links, and some metrics if you've happened to set those up. The GP homepage is modular. You'll add parts like shortcuts to Windows, reports, and smart lists, but it is fairly static. Everybody's homepage mostly looks the same unless they've taken the time to personalize it. In Business Central, your homepage is based on your role. Right from the start, the system personalizes what you see based on your role. So if you're an accountant, a sales manager, a warehouse worker, or a CEO, you're going to see what's most relevant to you. Instead of just a few widgets, your role center gives you dynamic tiles, KPIs, task lists, and easy-to-reach actions that are designed specifically for your daily work. It's important to know that the out-of-the-box homepage is customizable or can be personalized. We'll dive into that a bit later. Next is searching and navigating through the system. In GP, navigation is centered around area pages like financials and sales and inventory. You browse through structured trees to find your transactions, inquiries, cards, and reports. Finding what you need often means knowing exactly where you want to go. Finding printers, for example, requires you to go through the navigation menus of Tools, Setup, System, then Printers. In BC, navigating looks and feels very different. Instead of hunting through menus, most frequently you use the Tell Me search bar. You just type in what you're looking for, like the word printers, and the system instantly shows any matching pages, reports, or even settings related to that word. The big difference here is that the menu-driven navigation in GP is very different from the search-driven navigation in BC. Next up is shortcuts. In GP, shortcuts are a critical part of your daily navigation. The shortcut bar on the left allows you to create quick links to Windows and smart lists and macros and yada yada. Most experienced GP users will have heavily customized their shortcut bar so that they can work faster, setting up folders for finance or sales or purchasing. In BC, shortcuts work a little different, but the goal is the same, to have faster access to what you use every day. Here, instead of a shortcut bar like in GP, you use bookmarks to add your favorite pages or reports directly to your role center, or AKA your homepage. You just search for what you need, hit the little bookmark button in the top right corner of almost any page within Business Central to save it right to your home screen. Next up, let's talk personalizing. So in GP, personalizing your workspace meant a couple of things. First, you could rearrange the homepage by adding or removing parts like we've talked about. But second, if you wanted to have deeper changes like moving fields on a window or hiding fields that you don't really use, you had to use a tool called Modifier. But Modifier isn't built for all users to use it. You do need special access, and changes you make there could impact everybody system-wide. In BC, personalizing your workspace is simpler and, in my opinion, a little safer. Any user can quickly personalize their role center or homepage without needing a separate tool like Modifier. You just click on the settings icon at the top in the right corner and then click Personalize. Then you can drag fields, hide fields, move fast tabs, even add new columns on lists or views, all from right within inside of your browser. Here's the main difference. In GP, personalizing means changing static layouts, and sometimes for everybody. Whereas in BC, personalization is user-specific, so it can be tailored to your specific needs without affecting all users. All right, number 5, halfway there, saving data. In GP, saving your work is a manual process. Whether you're entering a journal entry, a PO, or a sales invoice, you have to click Save or Post or Process to commit that data. If you close a window without saving it, GP will warn you, but nothing is stored or committed until you actually click a button. So in BC, saving data happens automatically in real time. As soon as you move your cursor out of a field or you tab away, your data is saved. There literally is not a save button to click. It's nice because if you leave a page or you lose connection, no worries. BC has saved that data for you. And earlier when I said you had to manually save or post, just to be clear, BC still separates saving and posting. You will always still need to hit a post button in order to finalize and commit journal entries or batches into the system. Number 6, drilling down. In GP, drilling down on records like a transaction, invoice, or journal entry is a powerful way to get more details about the data you're working with. You can right-click or double-click on most fields that are blue, and it will open related details in a new window. For example, if you're on an invoice and you want to see customer details, you can click on the drill down arrow to see the customer card. In BC, drilling down works very similar to GP, just one main key difference. For example, if you've opened a list of all items and you click on the quantity on hand hyperlink, it will open that item's ledger within the same window, not a new window. Both GP and BC offer drill down capabilities. I will say Business Central has more blue links that you can drill down into, and they will not open in a separate window. They open in the window that you are on. Number 7, let's talk about switching companies. In GP, navigating across multiple companies is easy, but typically you have one company open at a time unless you've had the luxury of being allowed to take up 2 seats. Each time you want to change companies, you must manually select the new company from the drop-down list, and then the system does a refresh to load the new company's data. In BC, multi-company navigation is more fluid. Companies are handled within the same database, unlike GP. You can change companies from the company dropdown, which is always at the top of your screen. It never leaves. So here's the main difference. GP requires a page reload every time you switch. In BC, switching between companies is literally just 2 clicks, and it does not require a refresh. Number 8, errors. Let's talk errors, one of the most frustrating parts of any system. In GP, you already know the drill. You click on a button and boom. There's the modal pop-up with a large red X and sometimes a very vague error message that isn't explicit. But one thing's for sure, you won't move forward until you fix whatever is wrong. Business Central takes a more non-blocking approach. Instead of a full stop error box, you'll often see a yellow or red warning banner at the top of the record. These messages let you know that something's not quite right, but it usually won't stop you in your tracks. For example, if a customer's credit limit was exceeded or a posting setup is missing, BC will let you know, but it will allow you to continue filling out the rest of the record to get all of the data in. Then it will disallow you at posting time. So what's the big difference? GP is definitely more strict, more modal, and it will stop you early and force you to fix it. BC is more flexible. It warns you and lets you keep working until a validation is needed, like at posting time. Number 9, we're almost there, y'all. Help. In GP, finding help or guidance when you need it is pretty straightforward, but it is more manual. You start by clicking the help menu in the top navigation bar, and then you can either search for specific topics or access the user's manuals. GP also has the option of pressing F1 to get help on the screen that you're on, which is a way to pull up information specific to the window or task that you're working. In BC, the help functionality is integrated in a more dynamic way, giving you multiple options to get help without ever leaving your workspace. You can click on the help icon at the top right corner of any page and search for topics just like in GP. But Business Central takes it further with guided learning videos and community forums built right into the system. Here's the main difference. GP, help is primarily static. You have to do all the searching to find the answers that you're looking for. Whereas in BC, help is much more interactive. And finally, we have sharing. In GP, sharing data is pretty straightforward. It is manual and limited. I think the most common way to share data is by exporting it to Excel, and that's done through the export option available at the top of your smart lists. BC makes exporting data super easy, but it also offers more out-of-the-box solutions for sharing and exporting data. You can still export to Excel much like you can in GP, but you also have the option to share data in other Microsoft products like Teams, Outlook, Power BI, and more. Thanks again for hanging out with us. At Sandlapper, we lead with curiosity and not egos. We're here to learn, to grow, and to get it right for our customers and our community. Please, if you see something that you disagree with or that we've missed, tell us. We're here for it. Again, this was video 2.0 user experience. 2.1 will be upcoming and will include system differences like hotkeys, recent history pages, notifications, alerts, and more. Please don't forget to scan the QR code on your screen and suggest topics that you'd like to see in future videos. Until next time, stay curious and kind and follow us on LinkedIn. Thanks.